Google Fiber to tangle with AT&T and Midco in Kansas starting next year. All right, Google Fiber will be locking horns with AT&T and Midco in Lawrence, Kansas next year after the city passed an ordinance clearing the operator to build fiber there. I actually covered kind of some of this in the Patreon video this week, and AT&T has been trying their damnedest to keep Google Fiber out. You guys know what Google Fiber does. Google Fiber comes into cities and they sell like really fast symmetrical fiber for like $50. You know, they'll give you a gig down and a gig up for like 40 bones. And they're happy to do it. You know, they don't need to price gouge, and they don't need to, overcharge people. They come in aggressive, competitive, and they basically wreak havoc on whoever's there. And because Google doesn't really care about making money out of this product, they're willing to just give it away for almost free. Now, who does that piss off? That's going to piss off the incumbents that are there, whether they're DSL operators or cable or other fiber competitors. I mean, look at this pricing. 1 gig symmetrical is $70 per month. Up to 8 gigs per second is $150 per month. And in select markets, they offer 20 gigabits per second. It's pretty impressive stuff. The move into Lawrence ties into Google Fiber's broader expansion plan. The coming build-out will also pit GFiber against incumbent wireline broadband operators such as AT&T and Midco. AT&T is in the midst of a fiber network upgrade across portion of its footprint. Counts Lawrence as one of the markets where it offers Internet Air. That's their 5G home internet. T-Mobile also sells its 5G home internet service in the area. Okay, we got to talk about this. You have cable offering their hybrid fiber coax offers, right? So it's a blend of, cable to the premise and then fiber across the footprint. DOCSIS 3.0, DOCSIS 3.1 upgrades, DOCSIS 4.0 upgrades, whatever. T-Mobile's offering 5G home internet, and then AT&T is offering 5G home internet in these locations. I think, and I don't know who Midco is, and maybe that's just a small regional fiber builder, but I think Google Fiber is going to probably come in and take a lot of customers. I don't know many people who are going to want to pay $60 for AT&T Internet Air when they can get fiber for the same price. And it'll be gigabit speed symmetrical. It'll be $70. I don't know what Midco offers. I don't know if that's cable. I don't know if it's fiber. I have no clue. The T-Mobile 5G home internet, same situation. You're paying $55 to get variable speeds depending on the time of the day. No dedicated QCI. Latency spikes, of course, when it comes to fixed wireless. I think AT&T Internet Air is QCI 9, right? No priority. Google Fiber is going to come in and disrupt this market pretty substantially. EM, would you be thinking about these other offers, or would you be leaning towards Google Fiber?
I mean, AT&T's comparable priced fiber plans are what, $10 to $20 more expensive.
It doesn't even look like they offer the fiber there.
Well,
at least the article is saying, Internet Air. So I'm just assuming they got fixed wireless access and that's it.
So I pulled up the FCC broadband map just to do a stare and compare. I'll throw my screen up so you guys can see it too. So the blue's AT&T, the red is Midco. It looks like they have, decent fiber to the prem offerings. Granted, this isn't like a super accurate map, down to the address.
So there is some fiber there?
Yeah, they got the most of AT&T's. Looks like they have a good chunk of the city covered. Okay. So
Midco's in the red, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Google Fiber is going to come in and we're going to get fiber to the prem to more addresses that currently aren't served by these two ISPs, it seems like a win to me. And I would take that over any fixed wireless option any day. I don't care who the company is. To be honest.
You think they're going to take their share?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Google
30%, 40%?
No, I don't think it'll be that much.
Really?
No. I
Okay.
think Google Fiber will address the customers who currently aren't served by fiber, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of them like double dipping on addresses, and then these two other ISPs are going to see massive amounts of churn. Like there's still, I mean, you got to think about it, right? Like there's a lot of people who still have cable even though they got fiber available at their house.
Yeah.
People don't churn for home broadband like they do for wireless carriers, seems like.
Even the churn in wireless is relatively low these days. People don't like change. I mean, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and switching can be painful, especially home broadband. What do you say? What do you say, B? We got Google Fiber ready to tangle with AT&T and Midco in Kansas.
So be it. One of the things that Google Fiber and really the company Google benefits from is, again, they have the option of cherry picking where they want to build. Whereas AT&T, they're a local, incumbent local exchange carrier. So because of that, they kind of have a responsibility to the markets that are within that footprint. So Google just has the ability to be able to pretty much do whatever they want to do. I've talked about that before. They're almost exclusively unregulated. Them, Facebook, all the guys that make all the money. They're unregulated, and in this particular sense, for this particular topic, they can cherry pick and choose where they want to go. So if they think that a market is ripe for competition, they'll go insert some competition. So hats off to them for that. I guess this will be good for the customer. I agree with what EM was saying. I don't think they're going to get 30 or 40% market share, but if they come in and get 15 to 20, that's still meaningful. So I like and I appreciate, thank you, EM, for bringing up that map, because that was my question when I was listening to the conversation. In that portion of Kansas, is there a fiber provider already there? And so EM was able to answer that for us. AT&T does have fiber there. So it's not like the people who were living in that particular area of Kansas didn't already have a fiber provider to choose from. But two is always better than one. So there will be competition in order to be able to serve that area, which is always good for the consumer 100% of the time. So that's a good thing. I wonder what the government is going to do. Are they going to start treating Google like a telco? Because they certainly are participating in telco-like activities. And if they are, when are they going to start regulating them like one?
They're regulating them pretty aggressively right now. You saw what they did in that ruling.
I respectfully disagree.
Wow.
And the reason why I feel like they're not regulating them heavy is because, again, heavy regulation would be treating them like a telco with respect to what they can do with user data, all that kind of thing. They're not getting the telco treatment yet, and one could argue pretty successfully that they probably should. I mean, they sell fiber to the prim. Mm-hmm. How is that not telco-like activity? I don't understand. So I agree, Sneed, to your point that they're starting to see some things change in their regulation, but still not very telco-like, and I wonder how long that's going to be.
All right, interesting angle. I was going to say they're definitely getting regulated. I mean, they just lost their court battle in the whole search monopoly thing. They got 91% of the search market share, and I mean they were basically told you're running a monopoly, and they're on their ass.
Yeah, I mean we'll see how much teeth is in that particular court case. They're probably going to appeal it, so there's not going to be anything that comes of it for X amount of years. So I mean it's just ink on a piece of paper right now. We'll see if that changes the industry in any way, shape, or form. But as it pertains to this, if you're building fiber to the prim, but you're not really being completely regulated like a telco, then what is a telco then? Define what a telecommunications company is. I mean, they have almost exclusive access to people's data, but they're also serving as an ISP provider. I mean, I don't know. It almost makes you wonder. Okay, well, why can't Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, anybody who's in that industry operate in kind? Well, I mean, why not?
SMT Nation, it is time for me to introduce to you Aura. Give you guys an incredible suite of cybersecurity protections to keep everything that you do online safe, keeping you safe from identity theft, scams, online threats, including protections for your entire family. They offer pretty much a worry-free trial period. Obviously, the pricing is very competitive, starting at $12 per month. They've got one simple and easy app for you to use. They've got incredible features, $1 million in coverage, 24/7 expert fraud support, transparent pricing, the money-back guarantee at 60 days with a free trial, no strings attached. So with the odds of falling victim to an online crime being 1 in 4, this would change everything. Really should check them out. The financial fraud protection is worth its weight in gold. Help keep your kids protected within boundaries that you set forth for them. Proven to be the fastest, most reliable fraud alert system. And it's as simple as choosing your plan, simply setting up how you're enrolled, and then getting notified for all the things that it's monitoring. Start your free trial now. Use our link. It's down in the description, and it's also here on the screen, aura.com/Sneed. You guys can click the URL. It's hyperlinked down in the description. And again, it's up here on the screen, aura.com/Sneed. Protect yourself from all the digital threats that's out there in the world.